Hey, what's up guys? It's Joe from JS Bladecraft coming at you with another Rosecraft knife. This is the Skink. Alright guys, this is the Skink by Rosecraft Blades. You guys know what it comes with. You've seen the Rosecraft box that they give you, the flight tags, the cup holder things, all the fun stuff that they give you whenever you purchase a knife. You've seen all this, all good stuff. I love their packaging. It's great. It's what people may call a gentleman's carry. I mean, if you really just compare, I love how that thing opens. They're all unique. If you really just compare a lot of the Rosecraft knives, they all have a unique kind of feel and look to them. You know, not one of them is exactly the same. Here you have the more Milea. This is the little chunk. This is the, I believe, the OG. Yes, the OG. And then you also have the Pocket Monster, which is also a great little knife. Okay, so if you look, try to get these all on screen for you here. If you look at them, they're all pretty much unique. Not one of them is exactly the same, but there's one thing constant with all of them. They're built very well. They have really well designed handles. So no matter which one pretty much I put in my hand, they all have really, really great handles. This being a little bit of a shorter handle and a little chunk, this has a lot of girth in the handle and just really just kind of hugs your hand. So they're just really well designed knives. More Milea, very good, comfortable, snug in the hand. The little blade with the finger choil here, this fits perfectly in my hand as well. So depending on your hand size, I mean with large hands, so even I think I would venture to say even extra large hands, you'll find a good grip on all these knives. So that's pretty much been constant on all their knives. And the fact that all of them out of the box come in very sharp. Let's go on some details of this thing first. So first and foremost, this particular knife was designed by Andy Armstrong, good old Andy, and he hit it out of the park with this thing. I love it. Like I said, this may be called a gentleman's carry, but as you can see, I did do some eating, some dinner prep, some dinner with this knife. I think it's a great knife that you can kind of just go into a steakhouse and have some fun and kind of whip this out, put their knife on the side and whip this out and use your own knife to cut your steak. It's just a great everyday carry, which you're going to see, you know, more in this video here. It's a button lock and it's assisted opening, and look at that, guys. That really just lightning fast in terms of how this thing opens. And it's a button lock, so basically it's assisted opening, so you press the button and kind of just have to kind of guide it the rest of the way down, but it's still a very good, easy one-hand operation. I don't see any problem with it. It's a 1.9 inch blade thickness. No, it's a thin blade. It's not a heavy use blade. It's an everyday knife, and you know, they're all purpose driven. All these knives are purpose driven. The actual blade is a 3.2 inch upswept design in D2 with a satin finish and very sharp. I mean, I would say most of their knives are pretty much hair popping, razor sharp out of the box, and if they're not razor sharp, they're very sharp. So that's the one constant on all their blades. Very good work on the blade grind, on the blade shape. The upswept blade is really nice on this knife, and it's a slicey dicey knife. It's a slicey dicey type of blade, you know, thin profile, fits really good and easy in the pocket. It's got a 4.5 inch handle in G10 with the dual red and black, which you guys know how crazy I am with the red and black. And if you can get a little bit closer here, you can see the grippy G10 textures on the handle. I'm sure you can see them on the screen on the B-roll, but really good job in terms of how clean the execution is on this G10 handle. Now what I like about this handle is it's a thin blade. a thin handle, but you see the curvature here. It has a little bit of curvature here that when you put this thing in your hand, it hugs your hand. And being 4.5 inches, it really has a lot of real estate there that it can really fill up your hand very well and still have a little room to spare if you have larger hands. You could definitely choke up on this for some finer work, and having that upswept blade, you can do some skinning work with this thing and, you know, be pretty confident that you can get the job done with, you know, light to medium light tasks with this knife. And it's beautiful, guys. It's a beautifully designed blade. Look at the geometric of basically how the point and the handle meet. It's a very handsome looking blade. I like a good looking blade. I like a blade that works. I like a knife that works. I like a blade that does what it's supposed to do out of the box, but I also like to see a good aesthetic on the knife. That's important to me. May not be important to everyone, but I like to see a good aesthetic on a knife. And the fact that it has a good aesthetic, it's built very well, it's solid, there's no wiggle in the lockup. You know, for a thin blade and a thin lockup, it's got no wiggle, it's got no movement or anything like that here. It's pretty solid. You feel pretty confident having this in your hand and using it, even though it is a thin profile blade. What else we got here? It's a 7.7 inches overall while it's open. It's about 2.8 ounces of a carry weight, and it is a tip-up carry, and you have a lanyard post included, okay? Which is right here. You can kind of get the lanyard in there on the back. Really smooth stainless steel liners, okay? Very smooth execution. I love the look of the liners, and it even looks even better when the blade is in there. It's just got a really clean presentation. The clip is pretty good, carries really well in the pocket. It's not a very low carry, but it is a thin knife, and you don't even really have to clip this on your belt. You can kind of just throw it in your jacket or your jacket pocket, your pants pocket, and it won't take up any room and it won't move. And it's a really good thin carry for pretty much every day. It's a great suit carry. It's a great going out to steak dinner carry, pulling it out, showing people you got your own sharp knife to be using. And it's a lot of fun. It's a fun looking knife, and it's got a great look to it. Now, if I had to compare this to another blade that I may have, the closest comparison I have to this blade is the CRKT CEO. Now, if you look at them side to side, you can see that obviously the Skink is more of a robust knife. They're both considered gentleman's carry. The CRKT there's a little, I mean, it's pretty solid, but I mean, there is a little movement. There is a little bend in the blade. It's a little bit thinner. It's not as robust as a blade as this one is here. And the handle is just a straight type of handle, doesn't really hug your hand. And I don't know, I mean, I use the shit out of this thing, guys. I do like the CEO, but after seeing the Skink, I just prefer the more robust feel of this knife. So this is probably the closest comparison I have to that. So let's do some more food prep with this. Again, it's in your pocket. You need to cut something up. I'm gonna try to basically take a really good tight grip on this thing. And yeah, it's just a great overall slicer. Okay, this is some pepperoni that I'm actually cutting up to make a pizza for the kids later. But it feels pretty good in the hands. Feel like I got a lot of grip as far as how I'm holding it and how I'm slicing with it. You know, it's a great just overall having your pocket slicer for food prep, whatever you want to do with it, cutting up boxes, opening up packages, opening up envelopes. But yeah, good pepperoni. So there's my cut up pepperoni for a snack or whatever it is, or pizza. But you know, I kind of suck at making pizza, so put that on the side for later. So cut up an apple here, and I want to just show you basically how easy it is if you want to just kind of de-skin the apple or something like that. It fits really good in the hand. It feels really good in the hand pretty much no matter what you do with it. And for these like kind of light tasks like this, it really does a great job. You know, I'm going to cut this up for a little snack, which I'll show you. You may want to try it at home. Okay, I'm not gonna go nuts with this. But just nice feel in the grip. Feel confident basically when you're cutting with this thing. And it's just a great, great little slicer. Finish that up here. And I get some market bought raw honey. Okay, this was from like one of those like flea market things, the people that make it, you know, on their own properties. This is actually like a lavender raw honey. Really absolutely amazing honey. If you have a chance of getting real homemade honey from like somebody who owns like bees and stuff like that, definitely pick one up. So I'm gonna kind of just take a nice dab of that. Put that right over here. It's also very good with cheese. You want to cut up some cheese and put some honey on the side and dip your cheese in the honey. Oh, absolutely freaking amazing. If you have never tried having some good cheeses and honey on the side, you're missing something really good. So let's try this. Take a nice dab of that really good farmer fresh homemade honey. Wow, absolutely amazing. You gotta try it. I don't think I'm gonna finish the review. I think I'm just gonna eat this apples and honey here. Yeah, really good stuff. So yeah, guys, if you guys are looking for a slim profile type of knife, something very slicey, dicey out of the box, really attractive architecture, very well designed. Andy, you really did a great job designing this knife. It's definitely a great step above some other gentlemen's carries out there, and it comes in at a really great price, which you'll see it at the bottom of the screen because I forgot what it was, but it comes in a really good budget price that definitely everybody can get into. That's the beauty of a lot of the Rosecraft blades in round one right now, that they're pretty much really easy for most people to get into. And you can't, and I've said this before, you can't look at this as a budget knife. You have to look, I look at it as it's a great quality knife that happens to be at a really good budget price point. It is just an absolutely amazing knife. And it's a great carry, a great everyday carry, cutting the boxes, cutting up some fruit, doing whatever you need to do. But really well done, Andy. Well done, Rosecraft, with another winner with this little skink. So there you have it, guys. This is the skink. Do I like it? Yes, I do like it. I really do like all of the Rosecraft knives that I've reviewed thus far. Not for another reason, but just as a consumer, as far as somebody who basically uses their knives and carries their knives, I just love the unique designs of all of them, how they're all pretty much purpose driven. And I like the fact that they're all very comfortable in the hand. They feel solid in the hand. They feel solidly built, and they have great designs to them. And the red and black, which is pretty constant with all their knives. And you give me a red and black knife, I would say about 20% is going to be pretty much liked right off the bat. Then the other 80%, we'll see what happens. But red and black always sells me right off the bat as far as what I like in my knives in terms of the color scheme. But it's just a great everyday carry. So that's it, guys. So I'm going to have some more Rosecraft blades coming in. If you want to see some more, please subscribe to my channel if you're not already. A lot of swords, a lot of things coming your way, things that I love to talk to you about and to show you in my reviews. So have a good one, guys. Joe, JS Bladecraft, signing out. Much love and respect to each and every one of you. I'll see you when I see you. Next sword and knife. Ciao.